What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, once again, I have some gameplay for you guys, showing off the brand new update. We're going to be checking out the Nightbird in this one, and apparently this thing actually caught a nerf along with the hovercraft. Now, I gotta say, the hovercraft is a little bit easier to kill. It only takes 2 rockets to take it down now, and I think the miniguns are a little bit worse on the hovercraft than pretty much every single vehicle out there that has a minigun. But I gotta say, when it comes to the Nightbird, though, just by looking at this gameplay, you'll see this thing is still pretty darn cracked. But I don't mind. I think it actually does take a decent amount of skill to be good with the Nightbird, and it's not going to be completely OP. I think they should go ahead and maybe tone down the secondary rockets to make it a little less obnoxious, and also they need to work on the player stability. Whenever you get shot by a helicopter, your whole character lags, making yourself unable to avoid or evade any of the bullets that are coming your way, and you just pretty much get stuck in time and instantly melted. So if they could balance a few things out here, the Nightbird might actually be pretty darn balanced. But I gotta say, even after this first update, this thing absolutely slaps. But if you guys enjoy my clips that you're watching here, or even enjoy my commentaries, just listening to me talk and chat it up with you guys, by all means, if you guys want more content, go over to my Twitch channel. I live stream every single day. I believe this Sunday I probably more than likely will not be streaming, but literally every single day I'm always live and in action, playing games like Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, grinding out the battle pass in that game, and I might return to Vanguard soon. I uninstalled the game. It's been uninstalled on my PC for a while now. So I don't know if I'm going to reinstall it anytime soon, but I think I'm going to be trying out the new Warzone map that's going to be coming out in, I think, 11 days now, so we're going to try that out on my live stream. So if you guys want to be a part of this whole journey, see, behind-the-scenes content, and get a little heads up when it comes to new content that's coming on the YouTube channel, go to my live stream. The link to that stuff is down in the description. But ladies and gentlemen, today we have some extremely depressing news to talk about regarding Battlefield 2042. Now, I just made a video discussing how DICE has done a phenomenal job with update number 2. Is it enough to make the game purchasable or worth it? No, but the weapons are definitely polished off, and they feel a lot better than they did previously, to the point that I'm actually able to grind the game much longer than I usually can. I mean, usually I couldn't even last 10 minutes without getting pissed off at the game. Now I can grind 4, 5, 6 hours on live stream and vibe with you guys without any complaints, besides, obviously, the overall performance of this game. Now, we could all go ahead and put the performance issues on DICE, because let's be honest here, it is kind of their problem, DICE are the ones who are developing this game, which means if the performance is bad, then it's their fault. But if you look a little bit deeper into the production of Battlefield 2042, you will slowly understand that DICE has nothing to do with the performance and how this game has been released. It all comes down to EA. You guys know how I always say in the Call of Duty community how they should take extra time to go ahead and put together their games, because obviously it's very clear as day that the amount of time that they currently have is not worth it, and they don't have enough time to innovate and make something new and fresh. They keep copying and pasting, copying and pasting, copying and pasting, and even though the engine is getting new and it's getting fresh and it feels, great for a game that's being released in 2021, at the end of the day, there's absolutely nothing new about a brand new Call of Duty game at launch. They're all the same exact title. Now, Battlefield 2042 and all the Battlefields, to be, more specific, they have more time in between their releases. So each game that we see here between Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, all the way up to Battlefield 2042, or even some of the really old school games like Bad Company, all those Battlefield games, there's always innovation between each and every title. Always, no matter what, because they have enough time to do it. But just because they have the time for innovation doesn't mean they have the time to make sure the game is polished off and ready for launch. As we all said, Battlefield 2042 needed more time in the oven. Pretty much every massive content creator out there said that, and you can see through hundreds of thousands of comments of individuals saying that this game just needs some more time. We don't care how long it takes, we don't care what they're doing, as long as they can put out a very good game and they have enough time to polish it off, we will be happy. Well, guess what? They rushed it out anyways. They didn't take the time that they needed to polish off the game, and this is the crap that we're given. Now, like I said, Update 2 did some great things for this game, and also Update 3 that's coming out in the middle of December is going to do some really phenomenal things for the performance of this game. But at the end of the day, this game launched to the whole world. There was a worldwide launch for $60+ per each copy, and this is what we're playing right now. It's disgusting. And like I said, everybody's pointing fingers at DICE, when in reality, it's EA. Just look at this tweet right here by Tom Henderson. And also, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter as well, link to that stuff is down in the description. But he went ahead and said, I'm putting together a video timeline of Battlefield 2042's development, including how and why it went as wrong as it did. So basically, he's going to be making a whole video or a whole, blog of what's going on with Battlefield 2042 and the lifespan of this game, which is going to be really interesting to read up on. But he finishes off saying, That well ahead schedule statement, for example, was just an estimation and not reality. Engineers were given 6 weeks to do a 6-month job. Now, there are so many things wrong with this specific tweet. First off, this is proof that EA forced this game out. It was nowhere close to being ready, not even in the slightest. And they turned a job that was supposed to take 6 months of polishing and scrunched it, forced it into a 6-week time period. Not only must that be so stupidly stressful for all the developers working on this game, but also, like I just said, this is just forcing out a horrible product, and they knew it. No person in their right mind will think that turning a 6-month job into a 6-week job will be good for anything, whatever the product is or whatever the business is. That's just not a good indication. EA obviously knew that the game was going to be busted, but they have a schedule to follow. They have money to make. They are just as corrupt and scummy as Activision has ever been. We complain about Call of Duty being released every single year. Oh my god, they're milking this cow. They're ruining the franchise. EA is doing the same exact thing when it comes to Battlefield. But the difference is, Battlefield still has multiple years in between each and every one of their games, compared to Call of Duty, which is being milked yearly. But still, at the end of the day, EA is still crunch timing all of these developers and forcing out unfinished products to hit their deadline to make sure they get holiday sales. And you want to know what's even more messed up than all of that? The fact that EA is straight up lying right to our faces, and they don't have any negativity coming to them or any guilt at all. They're perfectly fine telling us that, oh, the game is well ahead of schedule, when all reality, it is not. They were lying to the community, saying what we wanted to hear, and twisting their words to make it something that they are not. Me, myself, and many other content creators all made commentaries and topics about this because it was phenomenal news. How could you not get excited when the publishers of one of your favorite games, one of your favorite franchises, goes ahead and says, oh yeah, we are way ahead of our expected schedule on this game? That's great news! How could you possibly think anything negative of that? It's just, I am amazed. I am absolutely just blown away. I can't believe how EA is actually handling this game. That had to be by far one of the scummiest moves. I truly thought that Activision was so scummy when it came to Call of Duty, but this has just opened my eyes to a whole different world right now. And this doesn't say that EA hasn't been bad in the past, because we all know this. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm just finding out that EA is bad. No, we all know EA has been bad. Battlefront games with their horrible loot boxes and horrible practices, and games like FIFA and their sports titles, it's been bad for a long time. But I didn't think they're going to straight up lie to our faces. You know, they can scheme us out of money with their microtransactions. But don't you dare come out in an open public statement and say something that is completely false. That's just the definition of being a scumbag. So please, for the love of God, I know everybody wants to put all the blame on DICE. And I mean, they're the only people that we can really shout at. You know, EA isn't going to answer us. EA isn't going to fix the game. So the feedback goes directly to DICE. And it's a lot of angry feedback. When people are angry, they tend to express themselves a little bit differently when it comes to the internet compared to being in person. So there's a lot of hatred going around here. So please, try to understand at least a little bit when you are giving them criticism, because I'm not saying don't give no criticism, because the only way for this game to succeed is if we talk to DICE about the problems. But don't go so crazy on them. Truly, it's all EA and how they're handling this game. This could have been an outstanding product if they just pushed it back how it was supposed to be and gave the developers and the engineers and all the people working on the title the time they needed to make it successful. You can't rush something and expect it to be the same quality product. That's like going to a restaurant that's, notorious for being very good when it comes to their food, and, they try their hardest to make their best platters. That's like going to a restaurant like that and then being pissed off when they tell you they need a little bit more time to push out your product, because they aren't doing it on purpose. They're not trying to piss you off. And for a fact they're not going to, give you some crap, after waiting all that time. The time that they put into making that dish is going to be worth the wait. And the same goes for a video game. The time that they're putting into it will truly be a better outcome if they actually get that time. You know what I'm saying? But if they're rushing and they're quickly trying to push this out and they're not polishing off the game, getting enough time to play test it and see all the issues and making sure it's ready for day one launch, it's going to be screwed. Look at Halo Infinite for an example. They took forever to push out this game. They delayed it for ages. And do you see how the performance is now? Obviously, there's tons of, microtransaction issues going on and tons of progression problems. All this stuff is going on in the game that's being negative. But when it comes to the core game, there is practically no bugs, no glitches, no server issues, no rubber banding, absolutely nothing. It runs perfect. I haven't seen a game launch like that in ages, and that's all because they took as much time as they needed to polish off the game and make sure it was ready for launch. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. Say hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, chat with me. There's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both of those are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games or over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.